Hello sensuals! Since last week I set out a challenge or a proposal to my guy viewers to ask questions that they want answered regarding women and regarding their sexuality and their eroticism. I thought I would start this week with one subject, and that is, what is the best quality for a woman when it comes to sexual encounters or a deep sexual relationship? And the answer, or my answer, is this. It's her ability to surrender and her willingness to surrender to you as her partner. Nature makes no mistake. The fact that a sexual act happens inside a woman's body is actually not just from a physical point of view, but it's also from an emotional point of view, intellectual point of view, and spiritual point of view. So as a man, when you're penetrating your partner, your woman, you're not penetrating her just physically, but you're going inside of her emotions, mental states, and her spiritual openness, actually. So you're opening up your woman from all points of view and all perspectives, and in order for this to happen, she has to also be willing to surrender to you and have this ability to surrender to you. So what does it take for a woman to surrender? Number one is her certainty that you can ensure an intimate space in which she can actually surrender to you, therefore become extremely vulnerable. As a man, you have to be able to hold that space for her, and I'm not just talking physically, so setting up lights, candles, music, and so on. You have to hold space emotionally. So if a woman opens up, so she's vulnerable, she may cry, she may show in fears or frustrations or anything that is also dark within her, or anything that is very sensitive, very vulnerable, and things that she may have kept secret, and so on. How do you honor her in that situation or in that place? By first of all taking in everything without getting scared, disgusted, without wanting to just walk away from there and so on. So this is the woman that you chose to spend an intimate moment with, so you are actually choosing all of her, with her fears, with her shadows in essence. So your ability to hold space and her seeing this and having reassurance that you can hold her space is actually the first step that will help her surrender. In essence, if she becomes vulnerable, will you be able to hold her? Again, not just physically. The second ingredient here is her trust actually in herself to open up to you, to be vulnerable to you. So no matter if you can hold space or not, she will have to have her own inner strength to actually open up. So in essence, even if you cannot hold her in her most vulnerable spot, she will still have to be able to hold herself somehow. So if she shows you something that you may find so intimidating or such a big turn off that you will reject her, in the worst case scenario, she will have to have her own power or strength to actually hold herself somehow. So reassure herself that no matter what happens, she will be okay in the long run. And this actually takes a lot of inner work from her behalf, and it's her maturity when it comes to sexuality and the erotic. Last but not least, you will both have to be, each one of you, in your male energy in your case, and she in her female energy. Actually, this is a very subtle case, and I'm usually discussing this when I'm approaching polarity, feminine energy and masculine energy. In essence, women have been taught by society, by family, by the economic situation that they need to be competitive and that they need to strive and that they need to work hard and be the best and put in a lot of efforts to perform, no matter how it is, in terms of external appearance, in terms of performances at work, in terms of socializing and meeting a lot of people or helping as many people as possible and so on. This is a lot of, so they're going outside of themselves and they're taking a lot of initiatives, and in essence, this is male or masculine energy. So in order for her to be able to surrender, she will actually have to be in her feminine energy. And that is attract things to her, not take initiative, but just stay in her own place, hold her own ground, and leave the space to you as man to actually step into your masculine energy. And therefore she will have to have a lot of reassurance that she's feminine enough to attract and magnetize the right partner, which is you, of course. And you will have to have a lot of self-esteem and inner strength to step into your masculine energy and therefore take initiative, fix anything that needs to be fixed, set a direction, and show your strength. And that is not just in physical terms, this is also in emotional terms, intellectual terms. So you're the leader in that interaction and you're stepping in that place and you're very confident in that. This is actually very subtle, and this is not something that you can monitor from outside. This is an internal process for the both of you, and you cannot find any, I don't know, scientists or laboratory where they can measure this. This is very subtle and this is very individual, but it is the last key ingredient in her being able to surrender to you, therefore being the best sexual partner that you can have. So this is my take on surrender and the best quality that you want in your sexual partner. I hope that this helps, and I'm looking forward to your sexy, crazy, hot questions. So until I start answering your questions, I hope that you have a very curious and exploratory sexual life.